problem with pickup trucks is that you can't actually get long lengths in the back of them. Although the vehicles are very large, the actual pickup bit on the back of them is actually very small. The distance from the bulkhead on this to the rear tailgate is approximately 5 feet. So that means that you cannot get large items easily in the back of the vehicle. So I've come up with a solution that should help, and I've made this, and it's cost less than £100 to come up with a viable solution. And I have to say that it does save you getting a trailer or using a roof rack. A lot of times when I'm transporting stuff, you have no choice. You either have to use a trailer or a roof rack because of the lack of length that you can get in the back of the vehicle. I'll now demonstrate this. So this is the back of my pickup truck, which is a Volkswagen Amarok. And obviously once the tailgate's up, you have very little room in there. As stated previously, it's approximately 5 feet from the bulkhead to the tailgate. So one of the things that I use on site is my own scaffolding, which is Lobo scaffolding. This can be very difficult to move in this kind of vehicle. So there's absolutely no chance of you getting that safely in the back of the vehicle. So what I tend to do with these is I fix them onto the roof rack. And that is very dangerous in itself because you're relying on ratchet straps, etc. to hold the load on top of the vehicle. Another example is this very lightweight step ladder. You can see you can't get that in there. No matter what you do, it will not fit in the back of that vehicle. Normally what I do with this is I either fix it onto the roof rack, or I put the front seat down in the vehicle as far as it'll go, and I strap that onto the front seat using the seat belt, which isn't ideal if you need to move a few people in the vehicle at the same time. Maybe 12 months back I actually bought a trailer just so that I could move the scaffolding and other things that wouldn't fit in the back of the van. But having a trailer on is not ideal because the trailer is so small you can't actually reverse with it because you can't actually see it, so you have a major problem. I'm not sure if something like this is commercially available. I did have a quick look online, I couldn't find anything, and I've definitely never seen anything like this before. So basically I've made this from some scrap bits of timber and some plywood that I bought from a local company. Now if you have to buy this plywood, it is rather expensive, so if you want to make one of these it may cost you a bit more money. But I managed to make the whole thing for less than £100. So basically we have the floor of it, and then we've got the two sides which fold up, and the hinges lock in position, and then at the end we have this solid piece of timber, and then at that end we have the two chains. So I'm just going to jump in the back and I'm just going to chain it into position. When it's not in use, simply push it into the vehicle like so. When you want to use it, simply open up the vehicle, pull that back until the chains are taut, and then you can load your longer items into this bit. Cut these into that kind of shape so that when the top is down there, it is physically impossible for this to come out of the back of the vehicle. Obviously both sides are hinged, so if you want to, you can put the sides down. You can then just push that into the back of the vehicle. So you can load your stuff on top of there if needed. When you want to use it, simply pull it out, and pull the sides up. I've actually found that these sides aren't actually in the way, so you can simply push it into, and you can load your tools and everything in there quite easily, and there's no issues with the sides being where they are. But in the unlikely event that you do need to fold them down, you can, and that then gives you plenty of room to get longer items in the vehicle. The back just slides in. The top just sits on the top. And then for safety, I put a ratchet strap from the 2 latch catches at each side of the vehicle. So that gives you a good 12 to 18 inches of extra space, and I'm pretty sure it's a damn lot safer than trying to strap things down to the roof rack, and it's definitely a lot easier than using a trailer. In next week's video I'm going to show you how I made this. It is very simple, but you can knock one of these up yourself quite easily. I'm not sure about the legality of it. That's why I've put the number plate on the back. The important thing is that they can see your number plate. That is why that is there, because you can't see the one underneath the tailgate. But you can see the lights on the vehicle and everything. So as long as it's secured down properly with a ratchet strap, it should be perfectly road legal. But then again, I'm not an expert. Also, if you've got one of these trucks with the plastic liner, the tools tend to slide about everywhere. They always go to the front of the vehicle where you can't reach in to get them. So with this, you can just pull, and then you can comfortably reach the box and get your tools out quite easily. So that's another advantage of this. When you're not using it for storing long things, you simply push it back in the vehicle.